Hi good people, and welcome back to our channel. And today I just want to give you a small overview of how Africans view building. So in Africa, having a home is one of like a must-have thing, and it's something that makes many of us very worried, and it needs a lot of planning on how you're going to get your own place, you're going to get your own home. And of course, building is not easy, given that you have to have several things in mind. Like first, you may start by acquiring land, and after acquiring land, now you start off thinking of how to plan for your home, how the general outlook will be. So here in planning, you'll also think about the size of house that you want to have, the size of even the land that you need to have to purchase or inherit, and also the several things that maybe you'll want to be in your home. So it is not an easy task, but it is something that many people must do in Africa, if not all, but majority. Like having a home is something that really is very important to most of us Africans in our African settings, yeah, given the kind of culture that we are brought up in. So once you have land, it also comes with a lot of consultations. You have to consult with your family, maybe your nuclear family, which kind of a house you want to build, where you want to build, all these things you must consider. You also have to consult or research on different things like which kind of a house you want to build, the type of a house you want to build, and all these will involve finances, because once you have financial difficulties, you cannot move. But some people start with less money, and some people just do it like a one kick-off thing, and they're done with building. But for others, they just take it slowly, and slowly they just start slowly as they continue. So during these consultations, and once you have the finances, we have some people who go to experts, maybe to consult with them, to advise them on what type of a house they need to build, on different things that they need to do when it comes to building. But others just do it locally. You just maybe get a local fundi, and they just do for you a simple house. Yeah, so it depends with the finances, because even when you're consulting with the experts, it also needs a lot of financing, because you have to pay them. Even for the planning, you have to pay, and then you have different licenses also that you have to pay for. So building in general is all about finances, because you cannot do anything without finances. So after you have your finances, the next thing you'll be thinking about is execution, of how you are going to execute your project. And here you'll have to think of the size of your house, how big the rooms should be, which materials you are going to use, how you are going to source your materials. Are you going to just get them from the wholesale shops, or are you just going to get them locally from the local hardwares? If it's foundation stones, if they're bricks, anything that you're going to use as material, how are you going to source them, and how are you going to execute your project? Yeah, so during this time also, as we've talked a lot when it comes to building, you also have to have a plan of your home. In many African settings or homes, we have people who are rearing animals. We have people who do farming in the same piece of land where they've built. So it involves so much. And when it comes to building, there is about finishes, there about how to fix your windows, how to fix your doors, how to do the tiling, how you're going to do the plumbing works, where you're going to source your materials from. These are very, very important things, because you have to really consider the foundation, you have to consider the walling, you have to consider the total plan, you have to consider the roofing of the house, which type of roof you want. You'll also have to think about things like electricity. You have to think about water, how you're going to get your water, and which water you'll be using once you've maybe finished building. So it's a lot more. And what I believe is that as much as finances are involved, some people can start small and some people can just start big because they have everything in place. So building needs a lot of patience, needs a lot of planning before you execute your final plan. So things are changing real fast, and from our African settings, we didn't mind having the wooden houses, the mabati houses, the thatched houses, the traditional ones. But as things are moving on, as the world is changing, people are becoming so modernized, and people are doing very, very modern houses in the rural villages, and this is giving so many people a lot of pressure just to keep up with the pace in the villages right now, because nobody wants to stay in a thatched house anymore. Nobody wants to stay maybe in a mabati house anymore. People are going modern. So I believe for you to achieve your dream in having your own home, it needs a lot of research. Just be patient, do your research before you start building. Know where you're going to source your materials from, compare prices. The market is very diverse. Compare the prices in the market, compare where you can source your materials at a cheaper price. Anything that you can save is a plus when building, because many people plan maybe to use a certain amount and easily exceed your budget. So during planning, some people start early and they can start putting something down. We have some people who start buying materials early. We have some people who start maybe making the window sills early, the doors early. You get some people like bringing things like the ballast, things like the foundation stones, things like the building blocks early, and just put them at their secured place. Others also use a method of paying slowly in the, maybe you identify a hardware and you start paying for your materials slowly before you embark on your project. So there are many ways of executing your plans for building. We have people who take loans and just do their whole project maybe within a month or within maybe 3 months and they're done. Some people just stretch and do their project maybe within years, slowly, and at the end of the day they get that it was very easy for them to build. So nobody is cut off when it comes to building. You can start slow or you can just do it at once. It depends with your financial muscle, and everything will be okay. So when it comes to planning, when it comes to finances, when it comes to execution, it is all about good planning, patience, and how to execute your final plan. Yeah, so you can choose whether to use experts in your project or you can just use the local fundis for your project. And I mean, you can always research on the kind of a job that they've done before. You can always look for referrals and you'll know what to settle for. But all in all, whether you build within a month, whether you build within 3 years, 4 years, whether you build within a certain period of time, at the end of the day, the best thing is that we all achieve your goal. And your goal is to have a house and have your own home. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, karibu sana, and you can subscribe to our channel where we do lifestyle, we do a lot of farming, we do a lot of cooking, travel, and also share our lifetime stories. Thank you so much for keeping it here. See you on the next one. Bye bye.